Hismania, kita kali ini akan membahas mengenai minyak sayur yang memiliki omega 6 tinggi. Bahaya minyak sayur yang beromega 6 part kedua. Mengapa bisa berbahaya? Bukankah ini yang disarankan untuk mengganti asupan lemak jenuh yang dianggap tidak sehat? Lantas bahayanya di mana? Nah, mengapa orang yang dalam studi ini konsumsi minyak sayur yang beromega 6 ini malah meninggal lebih cepat? Ya, mortalitas rate-nya lebih tinggi, ya. Terima kasih telah mengklik video ini. Bagi yang merasakan manfaat dari materi di BINARAGA.NET ini, silakan klik subscribe dan tombol lonceng di bawah ini, dan bisa silakan share kepada teman-teman Anda. Selamat datang di channel BINARAGA.NET bersama saya Jo Pengaku, bisa dipanggil nama Jo JP atau JP, yang membahas tentang nutrisi, latihan, dan produksi total fitness. Ini akan dijelaskan oleh what I have learned. Dalam hal ini berbagai studi yang setelah dilakukan, dia akan memberikan mengemukakan bahaya minyak sayur ini. Apa saja contoh-contoh minyak sayur ini akan dijelaskan di sini juga, dan mengapa bisa berbahaya. Jangan khawatir, video ini telah kita sematkan dengan teks bahasa Indonesia supaya Anda bisa mengerti, karena video ini dalam bahasa Inggris.
And these vegetable oils we're eating are mainly comprised of polyunsaturated fat, which is very easy to oxidize. Unfortunately for us, a 2015 review in the American Society for Nutrition found that the key polyunsaturated fat in vegetable oils, an omega-6 fat called linoleic acid, accumulates and sits in our bodies the more we eat it. The percentage of this linoleic acid in people's fat cells has nearly doubled from a bit under 10% in 1960 to around 20% in 2005. But remember, we were already eating plenty of vegetable oil by 1955.
The next thing I'm going to show you, I searched for 3 years. You know what I wanted to know? What was the omega-6 fat in anybody's adipose who was on an ancestral diet?
As Dr. Chris Kenobi discovered, these Pacific Islanders who were eating a diet unadulterated by vegetable oils, the concentration of polyunsaturated linoleic acid in their bodies was only 3.8%, 5 times less than what people are getting today.
3.8%, people. This is where we should be, and this is what keeps you healthy.
So, animals that have cells that oxidize easily don't live too long, and we've been eating tons of these easily oxidizing oils. But what data do we have on humans, vegetable oils, and lifespan?
Says Dr. France, I've heard the possibility that there might be some very interesting data in your father's basement.
This is cardiologist Robert France on an episode of Malcolm Gladwell's revisionist history titled The Basement Tapes, concerning Robert France's father, Ivan France.
Ivan France chose to devote his life to studying heart disease, specifically to understanding the role of cholesterol and blood lipids in heart attacks.
Back in the 1960s, Ivan France conducted a meticulously controlled study that would shed light on what actually happens when people cut out saturated fats and eat polyunsaturated vegetable fats instead. The study, which would be called the Minnesota Coronary Survey, took years to set up and had more than 9,000 research subjects. Since people were living in institutions, they could control exactly what the people ate. It ran for 5 years, from 1968 to 1973.
The patients in France's study would go for their meals in the cafeteria and get one of 2 trays. They'd look completely identical, but one tray was food cooked with vegetable oil, the other had everything cooked in saturated fat.
This was a beautifully organized study. There was lots of money, nothing, no holes were barred to try to do a good job.
To this day, it stands as one of the most rigorous diet trials ever conducted. So what does the Minnesota study show? The patients on the vegetable oil diet did end up with lower cholesterol than the people who ate food cooked with animal fats. But the vegetable oil people didn't live longer, which made no sense. They were eating the kind of diet everyone believed should help you live longer.
For whatever reason, Ivan France sat on his data for 15 years until he finally published the results in 1989.
And his study was all but forgotten for a quarter century.
That is, until researcher at the NIH, Christopher Ramsden, tracked down Ivan France's son for the old tapes containing the raw data from this study.
The people who were over 65 would
Semoga bermanfaat. Saya Jopo bersama BINARAGA.NET. Kami mengajak Anda membangun generasi baru yang lebih cerdas, fit, dan tangguh untuk menuju kemandirian energi yang berkelanjutan. Di BINARAGA.NET, kami selalu percaya bahwa setiap orang pasti bisa memiliki tubuh yang ideal dan sehat. Dengan subscribe, like, dan share video ini, Anda turut membantu membangun Indonesia sehat dan kuat. Salam jelas fitness, saya JP.